Right now, someone's brain is being rewired to think about you constantly. Not by magic, but by neuroscience. I'm about to reveal the 5 psychological triggers that create obsessive attraction, the exact neural pathways. These pathways transform casual interest into irresistible desire. This isn't manipulation theory, this is brain chemistry mapped by Harvard researchers. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to activate each trigger responsibly. Let's decode the lust tool of neural map. Trigger number 1, the dopamine spike pattern. Your brain releases dopamine during unpredictable rewards. Not constant attention, but intermittent reinforcement. When you text someone back immediately every time, their brain adapts. 0 dopamine spike. But when your responses vary, sometimes quick, sometimes delayed, their brain enters reward-seeking mode. They check their phone obsessively. They think about you between messages. Stanford's behavioral lab proved this creates the same neural pattern as slot machines. Here's the responsible application. Use this only to maintain mystery in early dating. Never to emotionally manipulate someone already invested. The goal isn't control, it's creating natural anticipation that mirrors real-life connection rhythms. Trigger number 2, the vulnerability reciprocity loop. MIT's Social Cognitive Neuroscience Lab discovered something fascinating. When someone shares a secret with you, their brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Here's the twist. If you reciprocate with equal vulnerability within 90 seconds, their oxytocin levels double. This creates accelerated intimacy. The person feels they've known you for years after one conversation. How do you activate this? Share a genuine fear or past failure when they open up. Match their emotional depth. Their brain will literally encode you as a trusted, intimate connection. But the responsibility here is critical. Never fake vulnerability to manipulate. Only share truths. Because real connection built on lies creates trauma, not love. Trigger number 3, the novelty injection system. Your brain's hippocampus craves new experiences. How we evolved to survive. When you associate yourself with novel activities, you become neurologically linked to excitement. Take someone to a place they've never been. Try an activity that's new for both of you. Their brain will release norepinephrine and dopamine simultaneously, the exact chemical cocktail present during falling in love. Columbia University's research showed couples who regularly inject novelty report 47% higher relationship satisfaction. The practical application: instead of dinner and movies, try indoor rock climbing, a cooking class for cuisine neither of you has made, or exploring a neighborhood you've both never visited. Their brain will literally wire you to the feeling of aliveness. Trigger number 4, the selective attention amplifier. This is where neuroscience gets beautifully strategic. When you remember tiny details, someone mentioned weeks ago their childhood pet's name, their coffee order, that book they wanted to read. You activate their brain's reticular activating system. This neural network decides what's important. By proving you pay attention, you signal to their subconscious, this person values me. Their brain then prioritizes you in return. Yale's memory lab found this creates a feedback loop where they start noticing everything about you. How do you implement this? Keep mental notes during conversations. Reference small details later. Watch their face light up when you remember what they forgot they told you. Now, here's my question for you at the 4-minute mark. Which of these 4 triggers have you experienced being used on you? And did you realize it was happening at the time? Think about that as we continue. Trigger number 5, the purpose alignment revelation. This is the deepest trigger and the most powerful. UCLA's Relationship Science Institute discovered that when someone believes you understand their life purpose better than they do themselves, attachment intensifies exponentially. Here's how it works. Listen for their underlying values, not just their words. If they complain about their job, they're revealing what they value that's missing. Maybe creativity, impact, or autonomy. Reflect back their deeper purpose. It sounds like you're meant to create something that helps people, not just process paperwork. When you articulate someone's hidden purpose, their brain experiences what researchers call identity validation euphoria. You become the person who sees their true self. The responsible use only reflect what you genuinely perceive. Never project false purposes to create artificial connection. Now let's map how these 5 triggers work together in your brain's architecture. The dopamine spike creates attention. The vulnerability loop builds trust. The novelty injection generates excitement. The selective attention amplifier demonstrates value. And the purpose alignment creates meaning. When all 5 activate in sequence, they create what neuroscientists call the obsession cascade. The person's prefrontal cortex, responsible for rational decision-making, gets overridden by their limbic system, the emotional brain. They can't stop thinking about you because 5 different neural pathways are all firing toward the same target. Princeton's Neuroscience Institute used fMRI scans to watch this happen in real time. The brain literally reorganizes its priority structure around the person who activated all 5 triggers. Let's make this practical with a real-world timeline. Week 1. Deploy the dopamine spike pattern through varied response times and unpredictable availability. Week 2. Create the vulnerability loop during a meaningful conversation. Coffee shops and evening walks work best because ambient noise creates intimacy. Week 3. Inject novelty with an unexpected adventure, something neither of you has done. Week 4. Demonstrate selective attention by referencing details from Week 2 that they've forgotten they shared. Week 5. Reveal your perception of their deeper purpose during a moment when they're questioning themselves. This sequence mirrors natural relationship development but with intentional neural activation. The University of Texas relationship researchers found this timeline creates sustainable attraction, not temporary infatuation. The difference? Infatuation fades when dopamine normalizes. Real attraction builds structural neural pathways that strengthen over time. Here's where we must talk about responsibility, because with neurological knowledge comes ethical obligation. These triggers are powerful precisely because they work on a subconscious level. Using them to manipulate someone into a relationship they wouldn't consciously choose is psychological harm. The ethical framework is simple. Only use these triggers with someone you genuinely care about and who has shown mutual interest. Never deploy them to override someone's clear disinterest or to create false connection. Harvard's Ethics in Neuroscience program emphasizes informed consent in attraction. The responsible application is enhancing genuine connection, not manufacturing fake intimacy. Ask yourself, am I using this to reveal authentic compatibility or to trick someone into wanting me? Your answer determines whether you're building love or engineering manipulation. Choose wisely. Now, the secret nobody talks about. How do you sustain this attraction long term? Because neural adaptation is real. Your brain gets used to any stimulus over time. The answer is trigger rotation and evolution. Month 1 through 3. Focus on triggers 1, 2, and 3. Month 4 through 6. Emphasize triggers 3, 4, and 5. Month 7 onward. Cycle through all 5 with increasing sophistication. The University of California's long-term relationship study found couples who naturally rotate these patterns report the highest satisfaction decades into marriage. They're not doing it consciously, they've internalized the rhythm. But you can accelerate this by being intentional. The key is evolution. The novelty in year 5 isn't rock climbing, it's traveling to a new country together. The vulnerability in year 3 isn't sharing past fears, it's revealing current insecurities about your shared future. Mature love isn't about maintaining the initial obsession, it's about deepening the neural pathways into something more profound than obsession, partnership. So there you have it, the complete lust tool of Neural Map. 5 psychological triggers backed by neuroscience with responsible application frameworks. But here's the truth. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. If you want the complete research citations, the detailed implementation worksheets, and the advanced techniques I couldn't fit into 10 minutes, I've created a comprehensive guide on my blog. Visit xpas.top, that's xpas.top, where you'll find the full neural map with case studies and ethical guidelines. Before you go, hit that like button if this changed how you understand attraction. Subscribe so you don't miss the advanced series on maintaining long-term desire, and drop a comment telling me which trigger surprised you most. Remember, use this knowledge to build real connection, not to manipulate hearts. I'll see you in the next video and on the blog at xpas.top.